extending the discussion a bit, now we'll look at the welfare effects that are created. So welfare is a form of guaranteed income, and in this case we have YN, guaranteed income. So then if you start to work, whatever you earn in this circumstance will be subtracted from that. And so if you, let's just say YN is $30, so you're guaranteed $30. Okay. Which means that if you make $1, $1 will be subtracted from that welfare. So if you make $1, you'll get $1 in labor pay and $29 in welfare. If you make $2, right, that'll reduce it again. So you have $2 in labor pay, $28 in welfare, and so forth. And so what ends up happening then is that you are guaranteed to have this amount here, which is you're guaranteed to have this YN here. And so the best you can be without working is this point B. And so what happened, and so then every dollar you make is going to subtract that up to what you would make with it. Now this AD line here represents your wage without welfare, without the option of it. And so if this was the case, you would be at point E if there was no welfare. But because welfare is available, right, because it's available, this indifference curve is higher, and so that's the one you would choose. And so your budget constraint in this case becomes D, C, B, A. Okay. Now, this creates in this case, a substitution and income effect. Because AD, if that was your original one, okay, that's, you would be at point E. So going from E to F, and that's if you had that pure income effect, just that dump of money, that 30, or the YN here, right? EF is going to be your income effect, whereas F to B is going to represent your substitution effect. Because overall, as a result of welfare, we move from point E to point B. Just to show this from another point, here's another example where the welfare total is lower. And so in this case, because it's lower, this person does have the incentive to work. So they would not choose the benefits. Now, steps have been taken over time to fix this, and so some alternative examples of welfare programs are having lifetime limits, or, as shown here, having some sort of work requirements, where a person does not become eligible until they work 6 hours a day. So they're only guaranteed that YN after they work 6 hours a day. So in this case, the budget constraint becomes E, D, C, B, A. And what that worker chooses is going to be based on their preferences. But even if they do end up choosing welfare, they will be in point C here and still be working. Another example that gives incentives to work is having positive net wage rates. And this is showing an example using the Earned Income Tax Credit. So basically with the Earned Income Tax Credit, you get tax credit available to families, and it acts as an earning subsidy because it actually pays a little less. So for example, in this case here, if you make below This is for being single with 2 children, and this is 2009. So if you make 0 to 13,900, you will make, so whatever you make in your wage, the government will give you on top of that a subsidy equal to 40%. So if you make $10 an hour, okay, the government's going to give you an additional $4 an hour. Okay, so in that case, you'll make 1.4 times your wage. Okay, so you'll make $14 instead of 10. And so you see it going up. If that's your wage here, you'll see it going up at a faster rate up to that point. Now, after that point, if you would have made between 13,900 and 13,700, you're going to get what your wage is. And so that's where you see it flatten out and have the same slope, because you're just getting paid your wage in that amount. Now, anything after that, you're actually going to start to lose the amount. So between 17,100 and 41,952, you're actually going to be reducing your benefits. So for every dollar you earn in this range, the government is going to reduce your benefit by 21 cents. So in essence, you're only going to make 79 cents on the dollar of what you're actually making in this amount. So your income's still going up, but it's going up at a slower pace in here. And so the goal here was to give people, again, more work incentives, and with the idea that, no matter how much they work, if they work more, they're going to get more money. And so it's not in the case of welfare where working, depending on the program, some additional hours, you may not make additional money from that.